So I'm out driving. I had to run to the bank to get some cash to pay for my haircut that I'm going to here in a minute, and I've got a little bit of time to kill. And so I was driving down this street near where I used to live when we first moved to Tennessee. We moved to Tennessee, to Murfreesboro, in October of 1996. And we moved into this little house over here by Riverdale High School, kind of on the south side of Murfreesboro. The address was on Iris Avenue. My first address, I think I was in the middle of 3rd grade when we moved here. We lived in this house for about 2 or 3 years, something like that, maybe 2 years, but it seemed like forever because it was a primitive age, and I did running around this neighborhood all over the place. All right, here's the house right here. Wow. It looks totally different. The ugly tree's gone. Now these 2 big trees, those were here. I used to climb those trees when I was a kid, man. I'd get up high. Well, I would think I would get up high. But yeah, that is my house that I lived in. That used to, on the right side, that used to be the garage, but we had that finished and made it into like our den. But that is our old house. Man, I used to run around this neighborhood like crazy. Me and my brother and all the little buds around. Yeah, you can see the backyard back there. They still have the can't really see it on camera, but you can see that's the finished garage now. We had a big shed back there. That's the same mailbox. Holy crap. 512 Iris Avenue. It's my old house right there. In 3rd and 4th grade, maybe part of 5th grade. I feel like in 5th grade is when we moved to my parents' current house. Yeah, those 2 trees right there, man. I climbed the heck out of those things when I was a kid. So weird seeing the house. We drive by every now and then, every few years, just to see what it looks like. My parents used to have a lot better landscaping. Bet you those are the same bushes my parents built or planted. I have some friends that lived in this house, introduced me and my brother to wrestling. Probably a bad idea at that age to watch WWF and WCW wrestling. That's what it was called back then, not the WWE. With some Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock. Old stomping grounds back through here. We had a bunch of kids that lived down this way that we would just, we literally, my parents didn't, back then you didn't helicopter your kids. You just said, all right, get out of the house and go play. And we literally would just run all up and down these streets, all back through there used to be a bunch of woods back through here. We'd build forts, and oh, that house is looking really good. I wonder if that's the same kid that I knew that used to live there. But yeah, this is where I spent a couple formative years of my life, in this little neck of the woods. I'm driving down here because you can kind of see up into the backyard of my old house. Oh, you can't really see now, the trees are overgrown. All right, I'm about to go in and get my hair cut. It's been a little over 2 months since I had my hair cut. Usually I get it cut about now. I was lucky and got in to see my barber, Hamza, over here at Elvis's barbershop here in the borough. And early March, I guess, right before all the stuff started shutting down. So luckily I was able to get a haircut, and it's not too long right now, but with the beach trip coming up, I want it nice and short and ready to go for vacation. So this is my before picture. I'll see you afterwards. And after. My boy Hamza, I would say Hamza, but it's Hamza. Always does a real nice, precise job. Even cut me a little line in my hair. Always does good. I skipped the beard trim this time because I'm trying to grow this bad boy out real long. But yeah, Hamza is my man over here at Elvis's barbershop. I've been going to him for a little over a year now. He used to be at another spot down the street, but Elvis, my old buddy from cheer, opened his own barbershop down here. So that's where I go now. And Hamza always hooks me up with a nice haircut. Always feels real nice and precise, which is what I like. Instead of going to the walk-ins where you just get a new lady cutting your hair every time, and she always does something different than the last one. So I've been seeing Hamza, and he always does a great job. You should check out Elvis's barbershop. Hush. All right. I think the haircut looks pretty good. Obviously the product doesn't stay in it because he didn't spray it or nothing, but I more or less just wanted to get the fluff off my hair. Hush. All right, I'm back home and working. Just ate some lunch, a couple boiled eggs and a meal replacement shake. It's what I try to stick to. I usually end up having a snack some point in the mid-afternoon. Really liking my hair being cut, got all the fluff off of it right in time for vacation this weekend. And then I did not have him trim the beard. The last time I had him trim the beard, and he cut it a little short, but I mean, my beard grows funny anyways. It's still like kind of thin and wiry, maybe not wiry, but just thin, like kind of like how my hair is. So I'm just gonna keep growing it, I think. I gotta figure out the best way to keep it like groomed. I just went and bought a boar's hair brush or whatever to kind of brush it out and stuff. And then I need to get some more beard oil. I have this balm, like lotion-y kind of stuff that I put in there that feels pretty good to help like keep it down or whatever. But I want it to grow big and full and like look, you know, like down to here or something. But I think I'm a long ways off from that. I haven't like been real short bearded in about like 6 or 7 months. So I skipped the trim. So I had a trim, what, 2 months ago? Yeah, 2 months ago. And now I've let it get to this point. So I'm going to just keep growing it this summer and stuff and see what I can come up with. Hopefully I can get a pretty decent beard. I want to keep it nice looking. I don't want to look all scraggly and messy. I got to keep it nice looking. So I got to find some YouTube videos on how to make sure I'm brushing it right and putting all the right stuff in it. Finally, the end of the work day. Whew, couldn't come soon enough. I am now going to do some prepping for my trip. I need to bring some reading material. Well, I am not at a lack of reading material right now. I'm reading a Star Wars book. I'm only a chapter or 2 in. The Force Awakens, the companion book. I'm trying to get into like reading some of those books because there's a lot of them, and I feel like I would really get into reading all that series. I'm also going to bring some magazines to the beach with me. My mom somehow gets free Entertainment Weekly, so I got 5 of these that I'm behind on. Not that I necessarily read all these. These are more just kind of glance through and throw away, although I'll probably keep that Star Wars one. Anybody else a hoarder of magazines? I used to be subscribed to Variety magazine, like the entertainment, like publishing, like where they talk about all breaking news and stuff. I used to get a bunch of those, and I would read those a lot, but I unsubscribed from that because I got tired of getting those in. They're giant and they just took up a lot of space. So I unsubscribed from that and threw away all my copies. I didn't really need them anymore. Another one I used to subscribe to was, what was another one? Oh, Vanity Fair. I never read that one very much either, so I unsubscribed from that because I had a ton of them just piling up. But one magazine that I get every month that I absolutely love, and I'm super behind on actually reading cover to cover, kind of like the articles and everything interesting inside of it, is Empire magazine. Empire magazine is a film magazine from the UK that is super nerdy and geeky and just like, but also into all kinds of film, like Academy Awards style films all the way to comic book movies. So I'm a huge film person, film nerd. So this magazine has been my favorite for a long time. I used to buy it sometimes when I was younger, but I've been subscribed now for about 2 or 3 years. So I keep all the covers or all the magazines for this, just because the subscriber covers are always really cool editions. Like this is the one that's on the top of my reading list right now. It's super old, obviously, because that is Deadpool, and it's from summer 2018. So that's how far behind I am on reading these. I have this giant stack right here. All these that I am super behind on reading. So I don't know if I might, maybe over the next couple of days, I might try to get through some of these so I can bring some of the newer ones to the beach with me. But my goal is to be caught up on reading Empire magazine by the time my vacation is over, so that when my monthly magazine comes in, I'm ready to read it right then and there. So I'm fresh, up to date on everything inside the magazine. But I thought that was pretty funny that I've gotten that far behind on all the ones. Look, they got lots of Star Wars covers. They always do kind of cool subscriber covers, and that's why I probably cannot throw any of these away. I don't know if they're ever going to be worth anything, but to me they're worth anything. I got a whole pile of them sitting over there, a little small pile. But yeah, that's anybody else read magazines still? I still love getting a paper magazine. You can get a digital copy, but I really like physical things in my hands. That's why I still buy physical books and stuff like that. I don't know if I'm ever going to go the digital way with things like books and magazines. It's a rainy day out today. Rained just a few minutes ago. Still some dark clouds up there. So we are not going to go on our usual walk this afternoon. Come on, girls. Kayla should be home from work in about 20 or 30 minutes. But yeah, so with it being rainy, I went ahead and did the treadmill this morning before I got my hair cut. And Kayla is just gonna take a day off. She's probably had a really long day at work and her knee's been getting her in trouble here and there, so probably a good day to rest it. So whenever she gets home, we'll cook some dinner and we'll get on the couch and rest and relax. Kayla's off tomorrow, but I am working, but I'm working from home. So that is always good. One good thing did happen today. After my haircut, I went to the store in search of Lysol wipes again. We have like none left because people keep hoarding them or they just aren't making them fast enough. I don't really know what the problem is. We've been able to find toilet paper again, which is good, and paper towels. So we have enough of those to last us a couple weeks or whatever. But I can't find Lysol wipes. So I went to Publix today and I found something close to it. We didn't want to get any bleach to spray on the counters because then, you know, if you spray it and mess it up, then you'll get it on your clothes and mess your clothes up. So what we found was, or what I found, was this stuff from SC Johnson & Company. Some fantastic, it says it's kills 99% of, will that focus on that? No, of viruses and bacteria. So I know there's like little, whatever, I don't know. It says it's a multi-purpose, multi-surface disinfectant and cleaner. So that's what we need right now. That's to clean counters and to clean like the counters and some of the spaces of the VRBO or whatever beach house we're staying in for vacation. That's what Kayla was worried about, was, you know, being able to make sure that we can stay clean. So I found this and hopefully I got it sitting on the counter to surprise her. So hopefully she likes what I found and approves. Also, if you saw my video from the other day about talking about the cold brew stuff, I did buy another cold brew. So now I have my original and a second cold brew, so that this morning is the first morning I'm making the double batch. So tomorrow I will have a double batch of cold brew ready to go, so that Kayla will have enough to drink and I will have enough, and we'll have a little bit of a stockpile going forward. So I'm definitely bringing both of these to the beach so we have nice, fresh, cold brew iced coffee to drink on the beach in the morning. I think it was a good investment. They're only 20 bucks a piece and they taste so much better, so much more caffeine than that old thing in the corner over there. That thing probably needs to be thrown away. We've had it for a couple of years and I'm not gonna say I've kept it the cleanest. Tonight for dinner, we're making our famous steak tip salad. We make this fairly often because it's pretty easy. You usually just get a piece of steak, whatever cut is the best to you, I guess, whatever. I just buy something that's like $8-9 bucks. And I cut up into little pieces. I add soy sauce, minced garlic, because I put minced garlic on everything, salt and pepper, and then I put some of this minced onion stuff. Just give it some different crunch and flavor. And then secret ingredient, the Chop House steak seasoning. We get a bunch of these every year for some reason, and we always use them up because we put them on our steak tip salads. It makes it really tasty. Kayla's the professional salad maker.
Gotta get all the guts down from the bottom.
Oh yeah. I always forget to show what our dinner looks like after we make it, right before we eat it. I don't know why. I guess I just get too excited to eat. But our steak tip salads were so good. Kayla's a really good salad maker. Then we watched the Heartbreak Kid movie from back in 2007 with Ben Stiller and Malin Akerman and Michelle Monaghan. It started out pretty funny, and then it just kind of got wasn't very that great after the first like 30% of the movie. But now it's time for bed because I gotta get up early for work. So see you guys tomorrow.